bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. If you need a passport to travel this summer, you could be facing a delay. Minister for Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, alerting the public that the waiting time is an average of 6 weeks from application to delivery. He says a combination of factors account for this delay, including the ongoing rush for citizens to replace their handwritten passports with electric passports, which is mandated by an international agreement, and the expected summer travel rush. Minister Mitchell says he has met with the management of the passport office and are making several attempts to ease the situation. If passports are required on an emergency basis, including health reasons, there is a procedure to deal with such genuine emergencies. Meantime, Mitchell says the Minister for the Public Service has agreed to enable officers from across the service to join the passport office for this period and to assist in the creation of a two-shift system to speed up the process. Now, she is considered the haute couture designer of the Caribbean. Born right here on Grand Bahama, this young woman has international acclaim for her ultra-exclusive handbag collection. Tonight, we'll meet this young Bahamian who has her eyes set on capturing the global market. Natalie Martinborough reports.
I use exotic leathers only, so python, ostrich, crocodile, and alligator, and I also like diamonds, so that's a little, treat from the Middle East that I picked up.
Gabriella Wimmer is a Bahamian designer whose glamorous luxury handbags are recognized around the world. Her mother, a member of the handicraft industry from Grand Key, Abaco, and her father comes from a family of artists from Austria. While working as a consultant with the governments of Jordan and Saudi Arabia, Gabriella found her niche in the design business.
3 years ago, I go on vacation to the south of Spain, and at that point, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the south of Spain, but there's a lot of cattle, which means there's a lot of leather and a lot of leather products. So as I'm going in and out, of shops in the south of Spain, I see the artisans, I smell the leather, and all of a sudden, this dream that I had actually pursued 10 years ago just completely reignites. And at that point, I realized, you know what? I have to do this.
A lot has happened since then. From idea to creation, her handbags, she says, are a reflection of all her experiences and a reflection of her soul.
So every single bag that I created, that has been made, every little detail from the outside, from the inside, to the metal pieces, to the leather, everything I've thought about. Because it's one of those cathartic processes where you sit and you consider. And I don't just jump into it. It takes a long time. It takes me a few months. I mean, as you know, the last 3 years, it was a matter of fine-tuning, fine-tuning, fine-tuning. I have hundreds of designs, but only 11 silhouettes made it into my collection.
Her symphony of jewelry handbags are handicrafted in Italy using exotic leather. From the Imperial Garden, the Contessa Clutch, Marquis Large and Small, the Royal Collection, and the Diamond Skin, these bags range from $5,000 to $30,000. The most expensive, of course, the Diamond Skin, made from ostrich skin and decorated with diamonds.
I have 11 silhouettes. It means I also have quite a breadth. So I have for, the socialite, I have for the businesswoman, I have for the woman who needs something just to grab and go, the woman who's about to get on her jet and go. I mean, really, I'm designing for the modern woman, the feminine seductress, who can be very professional and business-like, who also has her casual side.
This international designer says her handbags are made for the modern woman and could transfer from day to night.
Now being back in the Bahamas, I mean, I definitely would love to work with a lot of the women here because I know that there are lots of stylish women. Trust me, I know. I've seen the pictures, I've seen them. They're absolutely gorgeous. And, maybe working on some sort of collaborations as well to sort of build up the Bahamas.
Natalie Martinborough, ZNS Network News.
Tourism stakeholders on Grand Bahama are teaming up to teach the next generation of frontline workers the importance of quality service in the tourism industry. Partners recently rolled out its junior tourism program. Joan Davis-Frohl reports.
Grand Bahama can now boast about its latest group of young tourism ambassadors. The group, made up of students from Genesis Academy and Pace School for Girls, were awarded certificates confirming their training and completion of the special junior tourism program. Guest speaker for the event, veteran hotelier Magnus Engelbach, shared his personal journey of success.
I was not the brightest of students when I went to school. I had problems graduating. I had to retake some classes. I had to go to summer school. I had some issues when I was a young man. And I found myself growing up in a small little community in Sweden, and I found myself being interested in the service profession. And I started as a dishwasher. I started as a dishwasher in a restaurant, working part-time when I was 16, 17 years old. Then I was lucky. I finished school eventually. I went and did my military service. And then I realized, wow, I like this thing working in the hospitality field. And I have worked as a waiter. I have worked as a housekeeper. I then, after a few years, went and furthered my education in the hotel management field. I left Sweden. I started working first in Switzerland, then in England. Then I lived in St. Lucia for 10 years and ended up coming to the Bahamas now 9 years ago.
The former executive of the Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board told youngsters that when it comes to the hospitality industry, the opportunities are endless.
I want you to realize that there are great opportunities for everyone to succeed in the hospitality industry. And it is a profession where you need to know the basics. You need to learn from the beginning, and that's what we have tried to do with our junior hotel program.
Principal of PACE, an institution for teen mothers, says she's thrilled that the youngsters were afforded such a golden opportunity.
We've had various speakers come over the 10 weeks and speak to the girls and the boys regarding being good tourists, or treating our tourists well, and being good promoters of the Bahamas.
Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
Okay. Do the honors.
And a very special happy birthday to our very own Warren Saunders.
That's not his name.
Peas.
There you go.
Okay, that's going to do it for us here in the North.
I'm Megan Shepherd.
I'm Megan Shepherd.
Bye.